Hello everyone, I am BowserJrXD. Welcome to the Black's Tire 200 at Rockingham Speedway. Race 5 of 25 for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series in 2026. We're at the Rock, aka Rockingham, for this Easter weekend. One of the only tracks that the Cup Series does not race at during the Cup Series does not race at, and I am always looking forward to Rockingham. Gone from the schedule for on and off for decades. And now, I mean, so Truck Series first one here in 2012 and 2013. We came back last year, and we're back again this year. Hopefully, continuing to make this a NASCAR staple race. Anyway, currently waiting to go back to green. I'm gonna.
No, but you're probably going to cut me off and tell me about it.
It's an app that tracks your spending in real time, lowers bills, and helps you find and cancel speaking subscriptions.
Sign me up.
Stay on track with your finances and download Rocket Money today.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series at Rockingham Speedway. Well, after a 10-year hiatus for the trucks, we returned last year, and it was all about Tyler Ankrum. What a night it was.
Off of
Started
fuel
out
mileage.
a lap down early, and he succeeded in the fuel run to the end. 88 laps, and he went to victory lane. He broke 130
This is a triple
lap
truck challenge
streak.
race,
He
so
talked to Amanda
top
Busey.
finishing Truck Series regular wins $50K.
In the
If
history of the
Victoria Heim,
Craftsman
it
Truck
goes to
Series here at Rockingham, there have been three different winners, including the names of Casey Kane, Kyle Larson, and that guy right here, Tyler Ankrum, back to defend his win from last year. Why are you the favorite here tonight?
Great question. We were pretty good in practice, but yet, ever since we gotten here to the track, I've had dozens of people walk up to me. It's like, we're repeating, right? It's like, yeah, we are. So we're starting a lot better today. Our line of Chevrolet was pretty good in practice. I was really happy with our long run capability. Like I said, starting way better than what we were. I'm hoping if we do win, it doesn't take half as much work as it did from last year.
Thank you, Amanda. Yes, it was a lot of work for him. But Regan, Phil, what do you guys think about his chances tonight?
I think anytime you go to a racetrack that you have won at as the most recent winner, that gives you confidence. And you could hear that in Tyler's voice right there. A lot of confidence. So you got to carry that into it with you. As he mentioned, he doesn't have as much work, Phil, to do. Last year, after stage one, he was a lap down. So never out of it. You always got to keep fighting.
Remember, that was his only win last year, but he also made the Final Four. So he had an outstanding season there for Bill McAnally.
Now, these drivers had practice earlier today. It was a 50-minute session, but we had a little rain interruption. But what did we learn about this team? And it's been a while since they've gone to victory lane. So what did we learn today?
Yeah, well, I think what we learned is that obviously their weekend's going a lot better already, right? And Tyler alluded to that. Qualifying a little bit better than what they did last time. Not quite as much work to do from that standpoint, but he was also pleased with the handling and said that as much as that in the interview. So I think that we learned they could be capable of doing the same thing again. And who knows how this race is going to play out. You could have strategy. You could have a number of different things.
McAnally, Hilgeman Racing talk about their winless streak at 22 races. They want to end that tonight just like they did last year. Well, without further ado, let's head trackside once again for the most famous words in racing.
Bring it on.
And now, race fans, here to give those most famous words in all of motorsports, please welcome Black's Tire brand ambassador, Frankie Underwood.
On behalf of 1,300 associates and 80 locations across the Carolinas, Virginia, and Tennessee, as well as our educational partner, Southeastern Community College. It doesn't matter if you're in Austin or Boston, Seiko or Waco, Tehran or the Budokan. That's in Japan, you know. Black's Tire has your back. Drivers, start your engines!
That's a hell of a command. And with that, we get ready
Well
as
done,
36
Frankie.
trucks
That was a
get ready to start today's race. Here is today's starting lineup. And I have the music ready this time. Starting 36, driving the number 76, Desnuda Organic Tequila Chevrolet for Freedom Racing Enterprises. 30 years old from Prairie Corps, Missouri, Spencer Boyd. Starting 35th, driving the number 22, Royal Vista Inc. Ford for Team Renew. 28 years old from Marble Falls, Texas, Clayton Green. Starting 34th, driving the number 93, Autobank RP Sales and Services Chevrolet for Costner Motorsports. 33 years old from Dallas, North Carolina, Caleb Costner. Starting 33rd, driving the number 38, Quick Tie Products Inc. Ford for Front Row Motorsports. 23 years old from Talking Rock, Georgia, Chandler Smith. Starting 32nd, driving the number 33, Panini Kavroom Ford for Team Renew. 40 years old from Scottsdale, Arizona, Frankie Muniz. Starting 31st, driving the number 56, Coble Enterprises Toyota for Hill Motorsports. 33 years old from Port Tobacco, Maryland, Timmy Hill. Starting 30th, driving the number 62, Mohawk Northeast Inc. Toyota for Hallmark Friesen Racing. 26 years old from Wolcott, Connecticut, Mike Christopher Jr. Starting 25th, driving the number 2, the number 5, Topliner Toyota for Tricon Garage. 47 years old from Brownsburg, Indiana, Adam Andretti. Starting 28th, driving the number 25, Nothing Stops Ram for Collick Racing. 34 years old from Welcome, North Carolina, Ty Dillon. Starting 27th, driving the number 4, Comprehensive Logistics Chevrolet for Nice Motorsports. 29 years old from Hampton, Virginia, Connor Hall. Starting 26th, driving the number 14, Ram for Collick Racing. 21 years old from Manassas, Virginia, Minnie Tyrell, first rookie in the field. Starting 25th, driving the number 99, Farm Paint Ford for Thor Sport Racing. 29 years old from Louisville, Kentucky, Ben Rhodes. Starting 24th, driving the number 7, Allstate Peterbilt Group Chevrolet for Spire Motorsports. 21 years old from Johnston, Iowa, Sammy Smith. Starting 23rd, driving the number 10, Mopar Ram for Collick Racing. 34 years old from Concord, North Carolina, Corey LaJoy. Starting 23rd, driving the number 10, Mopar Ram for Collick Racing. 34 years old from Concord, North Carolina, Corey LaJoy. Starting 22nd, driving the number 91, Napa Auto Care Black Tire Chevrolet for McAnally Hilgeman Racing. 25 years old from Middletown, Connecticut, Middletown, New York, Christian Eckett. Starting 21st, driving the number 2, Mohawk Northeast Inc. Ford for Team Renew. 19 years old from Mooresville, North Carolina, Luke Baldwin. Starting 20th, driving the number 81, First National Bank Corporation Chevrolet for McAnally Hilgeman Racing. 34 years old from Middletown, Connecticut. What am I saying? 31 years old from Western Pennsylvania, Chris Wright. I got Logano in the career or something. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. Starting 18th, driving the number 26, War Sox, Rackley Roofing Chevrolet for Rackley War. 20 years old from Lebanon, Tennessee, Dawson Sutton. Starting 17th, driving the number 16, Declaration of Deals Ram for Collick Racing. 26 years old from Winnemac, Indiana, Justin Haley. Starting 16th, driving the number 77, Delaware Life Chevrolet for Spire Motorsports. 23 years old from Portage, Michigan, Carson Hosevar. Starting 15th, driving the number 19, Napa Auto Care Chevrolet from McAnally Hilgeman Racing. 35 years old from Kannapolis, North Carolina, Daniel Hemrick. Starting 14th, driving the number 9, Grant County Molt Chevrolet for CR7 Motorsports. 41 years old from Fairhope, Alabama, Grant Enfinger. Starting 13th, driving the number 18, Layuna Chevrolet for McAnally Hilgeman Racing. 25 years old from San Bernardino, California, Tyler Ankrum. Starting 12th, driving the number 44, Precision VLD Mexico Chevrolet for Nice Motorsports. 21 years old from Mexico City, Mexico. Andres Perez. Starting 11th, driving the number 12, Cummins Ram for Colleague Racing. 28 years old from Chesapeake, Virginia. Brendan Queen, the highest starting rookie and the highest starting Ram. And now for your top 10. Starting 10th, driving the number 17, First Auto Group Toyota for Tricon Garage. 19 years old from Peacock, Massachusetts. Giorgero. Starting 9th, driving the number 45, JF Electric, Utilitra Chevrolet, Bernice Motorsports. 20 years old from Ocean Isle Beach, North Carolina, Landon Lewis. Starting 8th, driving the number 42, Vetted Ventures Chevrolet, Bernice Motorsports. 19 years old from Wilson, North Carolina, Parker Eastman, the highest starting Chevrolet in his first ever start. Starting 7th, driving the number 1, Robin Hood Toyota for Tricon Garage. 23 years old from Marietta, Georgia, Corey Heim. Starting 6th, driving the number 88, Menards Suncast Ford for Thor Sport Racing. 31 years old from Seymour, Wisconsin, Ty Majeski. Starting 5th, driving the number 34, Bare Knuckle Boxing Ford for Front Row Motorsports. 23 years old from Bahama, North Carolina, Lane Riggs. Starting 4th, driving the number 13, Atlantic Tilt Load Ford for Thor Sport Racing. 29 years old from Porters Lake, Canada, Cole Butcher, the highest starting rookie. Starting 3rd, driving the number 11, Safe Light Toyota for Tricon Garage. 22 years old from Willow Park, Texas, Caden Honeycutt. Starting 2nd, driving the number 15, Black Tire Toyota for Tricon Garage. 26 years old from Artesia, New Mexico, Tanner Gray, the highest starting Toyota. And on the pole, driving the number 98, Quanta Services, Curb Records Ford for Thor Sport Racing. With a pole time of 21.893 seconds and an average speed of 154.57 miles per hour. 21 years old from Monroe, Georgia, Jake Garcia. That is the starting lineup for today's Black Tire 200.
Pit road speed 35 miles an hour. Fuel window somewhere between 80-85 laps.
Well, it's been a great day. A few little sprinkles throughout the day. Overcast right now, 78 degrees. The winds have picked up today, but right now, steady at 10 miles per hour. As we get ready to go, look at the packed infield, all the campers. Great way to kick off Easter weekend.
Love this moment right here. The last opportunity for the drivers to pull their belts just a little bit tighter. They know what they're getting ready to get into. It is going to be a lot of fun.
Jake Garcia, a little
It'll be 200 laps around the point. It's 9.4 mile D-shaped oval.
For that first career win and came up one spot short. Tanner Gray with a great qualifying effort here today. That Tricon Garage Toyota starting outside the front row. And here we go. Fans are on their feet.
Here we go. We're green at Rockingham.
Racing at Rockingham.
Just a little bit of wheel spin from that 15
the
on the
off.
inside. Tanner
Garcia
Gray, but he's
on the outside lane trying to
inside.
hold steady. He's got Tanner Gray to his inside as they head down the backstretch for the first time.
That 11 truck certainly one to watch tonight.
Cole Butcher already up to 3rd, but here comes Honeycutt back to the inside. Tanner Gray on the inside takes the lead. It's 3 wide for second spot now as Honeycutt to the inside. Can he cut the second? He's not clear of Butcher. Now he is.
Full-time this season, doesn't have a lot of track experience in NASCAR at any level. The Canadian racer with a great effort in qualifying, hanging on to 3rd.
See Tom Majeski, teammate to that 98 of Garcia, getting by him.
So Tanner Gray quickly takes the lead. Jake Garcia slipped back
track
to
already
5th
looking very racy.
Look at the damage on that 44.
Oh, the back right quarter panel of Andres Perez
take a look,
caved
Jamie,
in.
Regan, at what happened. I saw a truck
he
completely
spun
sideways. Don't know if there was contact that precipitated that, but certainly made. I don't think there was any contact. Just loose, Regan.
Yeah, just got loose into one, and we've talked about the challenges of, you know, making sure that your truck is loose enough to get through turns 3 and 4. That makes it really loose into one, got a little bit high and up out of that groove just a little bit, and it ended up biting him. And that's a tough area, Phil, to have damage on the truck.
The 14 got
the 14,
Mini Tyrell.
Mini Tyrell, hang on to it.
Perez got into the wall again, trying to avoid that 14 of Mini Tyrell.
I think that was the best outcome for Perez right there, was a little wall contact to avoid him. That was close and a great save by Mini Tyrell.
That green and white and red truck of Andres Perez started 12th. With that wall contact, he has fallen back to 24th. Here's another look at it.
Watch that 14 truck on the bottom. Gets in the throttle. Is going to get a little bit loose. It gets squeezed a little bit by Luke Baldwin.
That was like a hard hit for Perez into the outside.
Perez.
Ty Majeski battling for second with Kaden
What I was starting to say is we see, you know, Perez just trying to do whatever he can do to stay out there right now. That damage on the right rear quarter panel, that's going to be a problem for the entire race. You got to hope that there's nothing on that right rear tire right now as well. I haven't seen any smoke, so hopefully he's good from that standpoint, but it's going to make that truck just nearly undrivable for the entire race.
Caught a glimpse of that 38 of Chandler Smith. We talked about the fact he had to start from the rear. He's already up about 8 positions so far.
Yeah, he had an issue in qualifying because we certainly expected a lot more out of him with the speed we saw in practice.
Yeah, he went into turn 1 in qualifying, and a broken right front shock on that truck, and took it way up the racetrack and had the same problem in turns 3 and 4. So obviously we knew there was something there, but this is going to be fun to follow along with him. You see right there on the right side of the screen, +9 positions for Chandler Smith. Carson Hocevar with a good start to the race also.
We're just 8 laps in. Chandler Smith on the move as he works his way around, or trying to get around Connor Hall, who's making his debut with Nice Motorsports.
Yeah, we know how good that 38 truck was in practice, so we fully expected him to move towards the front once we dropped the green flag, and he is not disappointing.
Meanwhile, up front, Tanner Gray continues to lead here. Ty Majeski,
not a humongous lead. Majeski is around Honeycutt.
Cole Butcher and Corey Heim, the top 5.
Heim up to 5th.
We heard Corey Heim on the radio say he is more confident in this truck than he was at Darlington, and of course he won that race. So keep your eye on that
lap.
Yellow and black #1 as he moves to the inside of Cole Butcher to try to pick up another spot.
The last 2 laps, he has been the fastest truck by about 0.2 of a second.
Of course he is.
And he does it. Corey Heim into 4th.
Corey Heim was extremely quick here at Rockingham last year as well. Strategy didn't quite work out in his favor, but arguably the fastest truck in the race, and to expect anything different than that out of him today, you know, we'd be doing an injustice if we didn't think that with him at this point.
A mile an hour faster than the leader.
He continues to lead here, only led 11 laps in the first 4 races of this season, so off to a strong start. Led 10 laps and counting so far today. We're 12 laps in, 189 laps to go. Tanner Gray continues to lead at the Rock.
Don't let living with cancer define you. Discover an injectable immunotherapy, Opdivo Qvantig, for certain previously treated adults whose kidney cancer has spread. A chance to live longer, a treatment that's faster. Unlike an infusion that takes 30 minutes, Opdivo Qvantig lets you receive treatment quickly in as little as 3 minutes. Opdivo Qvantig can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain or fever. Report severe or persistent muscle or joint pain. Tell your doctor if you have myasthenia gravis or Guillain-Barré syndrome. Immune system problems include Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or lupus. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, if you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or receive chest radiation. Opdivo Qvantig can harm your unborn baby.
A chance to live longer, a treatment that's faster.
Ask your doctor about Opdivo Qvantig. See OpdivoQvantig.com for more information.
The yard looks incredible. Thanks. All it took was...
We're back.
In Rockingham, Corey Heim has
Himes
made
the leader.
quick
What the
work.
hell,
He's passed
man?
4 trucks
God damn
in
it.
the time that we are away, and he has taken over the lead. Of course, Tanner Gray moved to second. Ty Majeski, Caden Honeycutt, and Cole Butcher, the top 5.
Why would I expect anything else out of him?
Quite impressive, Corey Heim, able to catch and do some of what he did, and he's flying right now. I don't know any other way to put it. Almost 8/10 of a second lead right now.
Talked about the fact, Regan, that 28 races in a row he had led a lap, which tied all-time Kyle Busch. He just eclipsed that. Anytime you can beat Kyle Busch in any kind of a stat, it's amazing. And what a job this young man's done.
29 straight races. Think about all the things that could go wrong to prevent him from leading a lap. And not to mention, he's done it with 3 different teams now, 2 different teams this year. All right, guys, our tape producers have been hard at work putting together this quick highlight package of Corey Heim making quick work of his competition.
This is Honeycutt. This is a battle for the 4th position right here. And he's just going to go to the outside. And we love the fact that there is an outside groove, Regan. We talked about there during practice, or at least there is for Corey Heim anyway.
And when Corey Heim made that move, I think he found a little something there. He did the same thing with Ty Majeski, kind of faked a little bit high going into turn 1, was able to get the run to start the pass when he got through turn 2 on the backstretch, and did the same thing in 3 and 4 for the lead. And you can see the rubber on the track there. It's really starting to widen out, which there were some question marks about how much of that would happen.
So Corey Heim, our second leader of the day as we go on board the Toyota Racing on board.
He's already opened up over a 2-second lead over Tanner Gray running second.
Yeah, just consistently running laps that are 3/10 quicker than the field right now.
He's 2 seconds ahead already.
Which is just unheard
what
of.
the hell?
Doing that with some traffic as well. You see him, catching lap trucks here and there, which traditionally would slow you down some, but a lot of maneuverability in that number 1 truck for Corey. He's able to go high. He's able to go low. He can go wherever he wants to.
That was Perez that he went by. Remember, Perez got into the outside wall, and he is now 4 laps behind. Tough break for that young man that has really showed a lot of speed this year, but not going to happen for him today.
I know the Corey Heim fans out there that get frustrated that we're not seeing him race every Sunday. His time is coming, and I'll tell you that he will be back in a Cup car in 2 weeks from now at Kansas. He'll be with 2311. By the way, talking to 2311, they credit this young man so much with what he has given to the team and all of his development, all of his simulation, for what Tyler Reddick has been able to pull off with 4 wins this year.
3 seconds.
Yeah, they've had an amazing start to the season over at 2311. And good to know, and you mentioned too that Corey Heim will be at Bristol running another race for the Triple Truck Challenge.
Of course he is.
If this is any indication, he may be going for a $500,000.
Which would be incredible, right, Phil? We've never seen somebody win a Triple Truck Challenge of any kind. We've seen him win twice, but not 3 times. And by the way, you don't have to win the race to get that bonus, but it's the highest finishing eligible truck driver. But if he continues at this pace, we know what happens.
I feel like whoever's going to get that bonus today is probably going to have to win the race right now based on what I'm seeing out of Corey Heim.
You see it there. Corey Heim picked up that $50,000. He gets another $100,000 if he does it tonight. And then next Friday night, it'll be a $500,000 bonus.
That's a $500,000, Jamie.
Unbelievable.
It's a $500,000.
That's huge for this driver and for a team like this. 29 laps into stage number 1. Corey Heim continues to lead over Tanner Gray.
I've been told my whole life that I'm pretty fast. For a girl. Well, I hate to break it to you, but that's not true. Because with the right team, you write your own story. So no, I'm not fast for a girl. I'm fast, period.
discrepancy between these teammates here early.
All right.
Look all the experience that Justin
Butterbean,
Haley has,
he's currently
Joy has, Ty Dillon has, and right now Butterbean is doing the best job just outside the top 10, really doing a nice job.
And doing what he's done all year long, and that's been be consistent, take what the truck's got and what it's going to give to you, and use that opportunity to learn all these new places that he's going in the truck for the first time and figuring out exactly what it wants.
And Minnie's in 24th.
Got himself in a little bit of a battle right now with Dawson Sutton, who's also having a good start to the race. He's up 6 spots right now as they run. So, but Brennan Queen doing a really nice job so far.
And Phil, you called the races with Butterbean Queen last year. He won so many races and he won the championship. What did you see out of him? What was the key to that championship?
Just a smart driver. He didn't always have the best car at the beginning of the race, but he and his crew worked together. We always had some sort of a halftime break or some sort of a race break. They were able to make their cars better, and he just didn't make any mistakes.
Well, one driver that kind of has our heads scratching is Ben Rhodes. He just has not had the speed today. Back in 25th right now. Amanda, what do you know?
Yeah, that's exactly where he qualified to. I stopped over and talked to him and his crew chief, his new crew chief, Kel Gell. It's their second race together after qualifying, and Kel told me, I'm just not where I need to be with this truck today. I'm learning these trucks, and he said that the goal in stage 1 here is to just find balance for Ben Rhodes. And guys, before I walked out of the hauler, Ben threw his hands up and said, I just want to win. But you kind of look at the calamity here. Look at the other team trucks here tonight. Cole Butcher on one of his best nights ever, running currently in 6th, qualified 4th. So a bit of a conundrum over there at Thor Sports.
Rhodes about to get lapped.
Thank you, Amanda. Yes, and he's seeing a mirror full of the leader, Corey Heim, getting ready to put him a lap down. Not what we expected. Phil, on the top of the show, you talked about drivers that are going in the right direction and doing so well to start the season, but he wrecked early at Darlington. There goes Corey Heim around him. Wrecked early at Darlington. Night was over before it began, and then tonight and today, it's just, it hasn't been the normal Ben Rhodes.
Yeah, right now he has to hope that Corey Heim is not going to pass those trucks to take him out of the free pass position, but I don't think there's any chance of that happening or not happening because he's going to probably
Mini.
pass all
Caught it with Chris Wright and Caleb Costner. Costner's already a
Chris
lap
Wright
down.
Battling with the 93.
Luke
That's
Baldwin.
Caleb Costner. 14 in that mix as well, Mini Tyrell.
And this is the biggest challenge right now for Corey Heim. As you come up the lap, all these guys are trying to stay on the lead lap at the end, and they're doing everything. Obviously, the trucks aren't where they want them to be, so you start pushing a little harder to try and stay on the lead lap. But Corey's able to navigate that and find his way through it. It got a little hairy for a moment, though.
It did. That took Ben Rhodes out of the free pass position.
You know, the good news for Ben Rhodes, I know he's not happy about being a lap down early on right now, but the truck that won it last year was a lap down at the end of stage 1 as well.
Battle for third right there. Honeycutt gets by Tanner Gray to grab that 3rd spot.
Just 2 laps to go in stage number 1.
Lane Riggs is going to try to do the same thing with that 34 truck. Remember, points on the line here in another lap and a half or so.
This is for the 4th spot, down to the end, final lap.
Right. Wow, that went
Stage
fast.
1, Corey Heim with a 4.7 second lead over Tom
4.9.
Majeski.
Gonna probably maybe 5 at the line. Here comes the number 1 of Corey Heim. Another series they give the champion the 1, and you might as well give it to Heim whenever he's in the truck because he wins. Stage number 1. Tom Majeski 2nd. Caden Honeycutt 3rd. Lane Riggs 4th. Tanner Gray 5th. Cole Butcher 6th, Jake Garcia 7th, Parker Eatman 8th, Giro 9th, and Landon Lewis.
Makes it look easy, working his way through traffic. He'll take home the green and white checker for stage number 1 battle to the end. Stay with us. Pit stops coming up.
Fox UFL Friday. The reigning champion DC Defenders touchdown face the newcomer Columbus Aviators. With new teams and new rules, this is football reimagined. Fox UFL Friday kicks off tonight at 8 Eastern.
How long do we have the fucking commercial for? All right, we're back.
Maybe a plug wire off or something like that, Regan. It doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I feel like we would hear that potentially, and like he would hear that, and it's odd when he says he lifts and it dies. Not sure what that is. Not sure that they're going to be able to find what that is, and Carson may just have to try and go wide open for the rest of the race if that's what's going on. I don't think you could use a brake, I guess, to slow down for when you need to, if at worst case, but not a good problem to have. We'll have to see if they can figure something out here.
Well, he did already come down pit road one time, and they took a look at things. That was 2 laps ago, so we'll certainly keep an eye on that.
Yeah, he was running 13th at the end of the stage, but I'm sure that wasn't, you know, that wasn't certainly what he wanted and what he felt. So he came down pit road. They're going to open the hood when pit road opens here.
So as the drivers make their way around turns 3 and 4, pit road is open. They'll be filling up with Sunoco race fuel with 0 carbon bioethanol. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of changes and adjustments to the rest of the field. Corey Heim, maybe not so much. They're coming your way, Amanda.
Well, the question on a lot of these race radios was what Corey Heim was going to do. There's already teams talking strategies with tires, especially in Lane Riggs. The team was asking him, do you want 4 tires or 2? Unfortunately, Lane Riggs is having some communication issues with his team. He can hear the crew chief well, but they can't hear him at all. The team did decide to go with 4 tires, but a big weekend for Lane Riggs here. Has family in town. The sponsor has a box as well, Josh.
Well, for Corey Heim, obviously a really good start to the race. He said that truck fired off neutral, but then trended tight towards the end. Said he could use to be freed up just a little bit in terms of time. Majeski also happy with the fire off, got tight towards the end of that one. They wanted to address that with a little track bar adjustment.
Track bar adjustments, air pressure adjustments.
Right,
Corey Heim comes out in front.
Just a little strategy for Grant Enfinger. Obviously, only 2 tires on that 9 truck.
And you guys talked about not a lot of fall off, so you can gamble, mix it up a little bit. It's more an emphasis on fuel, I think, for tonight that we'll be watching. Well, Corey Heim, he's been the leader tonight. He's led the most, 33 laps. Trouble.
Over 250 years ago, we didn't like the taxes, so we dumped the team. Now with the Ram Declaration of Deals, we're pledging our allegiance to the American people. 0% financing for 60 months on select 2026 models, or we'll cover your sales tax, plus no monthly payments for 90 days, and a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Nothing stops Ram.
Purchase this 2026 Ram 1500 Laramie and get 0% financing for 60 months, or get 2.9% financing for 72 months, plus $4,500 total bonus cash allowance.
Movies?
No.
Ferris wheel?
No.
$1 a day.
David Buster. What the fun? Hey, I'm about to smoke.
to floppy collars and shirts with sweat stains.
Our man Kevin Harvick, nominated for the Hall of Fame at the earliest possible opportunity. You're too young to be in a Hall of Fame, surely.
Well, I'm not that young. I'm 50, so I'm like an old, washed-up race car driver. But it was Mike Helton. They surprised me again, as I've learned that Fox is very much into surprises when they can get me. They got me again.
Yes, they did get him live on the air from Martinsville. Check out the all-new Fox Sports digital show, Speed, with Harvick and Buxton, fueled by Poet. Subscribe to Speed on Fox on YouTube. Follow it on the Fox Sports app or wherever you get your podcasts. So we would like to say congratulations, Kevin. As much as I'd love to give you a hard time, you certainly do deserve it. 2014 champion, 60 wins. I'd say he's a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, O'Reilly champion as well. Well deserved.
Very well deserved. And I was speaking with Kevin shortly after that, and he does not like it when they get him. They definitely got him right there, and very cool.
He's a very calculated individual, and when we can get one on him like that, well, he had tears in his eyes, to say the least. Guys, too fast exiting for Gio Ruggiero.
Tough break for Gio. Had a good race going up until that point. It's going to have to work hard to get back through the pack here.
Yep, he'll restart 23rd.
What the
heck?
heck?
2 leaders so far today. Corey Heim has led
yes,
36 laps. Tanner Gray led the first 17. Let's see if any of these adjustments will have anything for that one truck. Got Grant Enfinger, the 2 tires stop there. Little strategy. He'll restart on the inside there in the number 9. Caden Honeycutt, Ty Majeski, Tanner Gray back in 5th, and Stuart Friesen, haven't mentioned him today, restarting 6th. Green flag once again.
Green here at Rockingham.
Looked like Enfinger maybe spun his tires a little bit, but there it is. There's the launch. Grant Enfinger into turn 1.
A little spin of the tires, but got a great push from Ty Majeski when it happened. That allowed him to clear Corey Heim, and
Finger in the lead now. Question is, can he hold on to it? My guess is no, not with the superpower that is the one truck. Majeski pulling to the inside of Corey Heim.
Because Corey Heim has, how about Ty Majeski now moving to the inside of Corey Heim? Maybe we're speaking too soon.
Well, they made some adjustments. Josh was talking about a track bar adjustment for the 88 of Ty Majeski.
And it took him 20 laps to get the lead, just inside of 20 laps to get the lead. But I expect that truck to get better and better.
Let's take a look back at that restart and that push from the 88. Here we go, riding on board with Corey Heim.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that the 9 ever actually spun the tires. I just think the Ty Majeski timed it just right, and what we saw was that 9 dancing around because the 88 was on the back bumper, giving him such a good shove. And you know, on 2 tires, that's difficult to do. So nice job by Grant to time it just right, as well as Ty to help him out.
Here's Corey Heim around the outside. We've seen this move a few times already today.
I love the fact that he's able to do that move around the outside. Now he's going to do the switchback back to the inside and grab that lead back.
Corey Heim, your leader once
Heim
again.
takes the lead.
Ty Majeski back to second. Grant Enfinger now 3rd.
What that means to me is that Corey Heim could be a little bit vulnerable, maybe on a real late race restart or an overtime or something like that.
Grant Enfinger loses another spot.
Yeah,
Caden Honeycutt gets around.
Caden Honeycutt taking some lessons from his teammate Corey Heim up there. Work that high side down in turns 1 and 2 to complete that pass, and we're starting to see more and more guys venture up there, and that is a great sign for this race. It's going to open up options as it plays out and different things that you can try.
Another quick stage here, just 45 laps again. We were caution free in the first stage.
Caution now. And it's Adam Andretti.
And around goes Adam Andretti. Caution. I just said we were caution free. I guess that's the announcer jinx. The caution comes out. Big lick for him, making his third career start in the Truck Series. He was back in 28th at the moment of this contact.
And that's at the end of the back straightaway, so you have to imagine that probably started somewhere coming off of turn 2, and the fluid running out of the radiator. Unfortunately for him, that is going to end his day, and tough break for Adam, who had done a really nice job in the 2 races he's run to this point.
That's the same truck, I believe, that Corey Heim drove to victory lane 2 weeks ago at Darlington.
Pretty significant front end damage to that truck.
Adam Andretti just turned 47 last week. 47 years old, and he's a rookie in NASCAR. So let's see what happened here. So this will be in progress on the backstretch.
Right.
See him right there, already into the inside wall, it looks like.
You have a better shot.
And it definitely looks like that started, you know, at the exit of turn 2, and we see the contact when he gets into the inside wall.
And that back straightaway is banked here, I think 8 degrees or something like that. So it's somewhat self-cleaning, and that's maybe what happened to Adam.
Now we wait under caution. Great. Brilliant angles, Fox. Just freaking brilliant. Cinematographers of the year.
missed it on the setup, but hoping their driver who's done it before in the past can find some way to dig themselves out of this hole, guys.
Interesting.
It's kind of funny because, you know, originally in the first stage, he was talking about the thing wouldn't run. Motor, we thought it was all motor related or whatever, but now he's talking about obviously the truck not handling to his liking, and they made some pretty major adjustments, as Josh just told us.
Yeah, just a multitude of problems for that 77 right now. And you see on this pit stop here, spent a long time inside the left front taking care of, obviously, the Packer adjustments there. And not sure how, if those two things are correlating somehow. I can't imagine that they are, but we'll have to keep an eye on Carson and see if they can't get it going back the right direction.
So Carson Hocevar will restart 23rd. The free pass that time around was Connor Hall, making his second career start here in the first for Nice Motorsports. He'll restart 24th.
Interesting. Corey Heim took the outside on the first restart of the race, and this time he's going to choose to take the bottom. We saw Grant Enfinger make the bottom work when he did that. So trying to put some stuff in the memory bank here right now for Corey Heim for later in the race and what's going to work for him.
And has a teammate behind him in Honeycutt as well.
Yep.
First time we've seen Ty Majeski restart on the front row. We know he made some beneficial adjustments as well. See what he can do here. So it'll be 24 laps to go in stage number 2. Can anyone stop Corey Heim? I feel like we were a broken record saying that last year many times, but certainly he has been lights out so far.
Well, he didn't win half the races last year. I mean, he only won 12 of 25, so he didn't win over half.
He has his own record book. Just says Corey Heim with a lot of pages. They added a lap here under caution. Get the trucks all lined up in order.
You know, one thing I was thinking about, guys, is we talk about simulation all the time, right? All these major teams have simulation. They go to this, drivers go to the simulator. Well, what they find out setup-wise, they usually will use across all their trucks. That's why it's so surprising that Ben Rhodes' truck was so far off his teammates early in the race. But conversely, we talk about Carson Hocevar not running all that well or to his liking. Sammy Smith, his teammate who won the O'Reilly race here last year, is back in the 18th position. So whatever they came with maybe is not working for them.
Yeah, and it seemed like in practice, you know, Hocevar and Sammy Smith, two opposite problems. One was really loose, the other was really tight. And just trying to find that balance as to where they needed to be with him. I know Sammy Smith was on the splitter, so plenty of time to work on it, plenty of time to try and get things better.
And Tricon Garage, 3 of their 5 trucks in the top 10. So same idea. You take that setup, basic platform as we always hear, and then little nuances to fit your driver's style. So Corey Heim in the 1 truck restarting on the inside.
All right.
Pace truck is off. 23 laps to go here in stage number 2. Corey Heim, Ty Majeski, Caden Honeycutt, Grant Enfinger.
Good start by Corey Heim that time. I think he got a nice push from his teammate Honeycutt.
Heck of a battle. 2 rows behind him, Grant Enfinger and Tanner Gray.
Grant's hanging in pretty well with those 2 tires holding on to that 4th spot.
Top 3 still running, are now single file.
You got to imagine if Grant can stay in the top 10, that's a positive, right?
When
you take the 2 tires. We got trouble here.
Butterbean
hits
the wall. Butterbean Queen, we talked about how well he was running, leading the Force 4 Ram. We stay green for now.
I caught a glimpse of it. I think he was on the outside of a 3 wide situation down there in the corner.
Certainly slow, but he's running.
Ram. You're going to have to be very cautious with that now as well. That the right sides of these trucks, when you make contact, you usually have a cut tire shortly thereafter. So you'll have to be aware of that and do the right things here if he needs to get to pit road.
See what happened in the 12. Butterbean Queen here.
He was actually, he was on the outside of a 3 wide battle. I think his teammate was maybe one of the trucks that was in the middle of the racetrack.
Well, he's still digging, you guys. He was 16th when that happened, back to 23rd now, certainly off the pace somewhat. But meanwhile, Corey LaJoy is carrying that Ram flag right now, back in 13th. There he is.
Here's Landon Lewis, the 45 truck, had such a good run this year at St. Pete. Had a 6th place finish there, his only start of the year.
And I love this shot right here off the front of Corey LaJoie. You can see the banking profile that they have here at Rockingham, and when it loads into the corner, and this is low on the truck, this is down towards the splitter right here, so you really see not only how smooth the track is right now, but what these drivers are going through as they sail it off into the corners, and a little flatter down there in turn 1, but what an awesome ride that is, right? Just a great viewpoint.
Looked like Dan Stillman, a crew chief, made some nice adjustments on this truck for LaJoie up to the 13th spot.
Corey LaJoie has been a busy man in and out of a race vehicle. His wife just gave birth about 3 weeks ago now to their 4th baby boy. So it is a busy LaJoie household. Corey also told me he's working on a new company. He's building seats, the next generation basically of what his dad has always done. So he's building that up, and now he got the call this week. He's full-time truck racing the rest of the year.
I think of all the things you mentioned, other than being a father, doing what he's doing right now would be way more fun than building seats, I'm pretty sure.
Got his hands full right now trying to hold off Landon Lewis. Just his 5th career Truck Series start. What a nice young man under the tutelage of Ron Hornaday. Nice battle back there for 12th. Meanwhile, Corey Heim continues to lead up front over Ty Majeski. We're racing at the Rock.
How fast could a stock car go?
Born from bootleggers, built by rule breakers. We don't ask permission. We don't seek approval. We just are. The most relentless, unpretentious athletes on the planet. Chasing glory at 200 miles per hour. Defiantly unapologetic. Authentically NASCAR.
Nothing stops Ram. That means we deliver knockouts. Boom. We don't just ride the bull.
We are the bull.
Welcome to the jungle. We're Hemi V8s, Hurricanes, and Hellcats. And we're backing them with America's best powertrain limited warranty. We're UFC fighting, donut making, NASCAR winning Ram.
Purchase and get 2.9% financing for 72 months, plus $3,500 bonus cash allowance on most 2026 Ram 1500 Crew Cab models.
New Skechers Aeroburst, running shoes that push the laws of aerodynamics. It all starts with Skechers Hyperburst technology, supercritical foam that gives Aeroburst unbelievable response and propulsion, plus a carbon-infused H-plate that returns more energy. Skechers Aeroburst.
Full Dr. Pepper cherry is the best.
No, it's Dr. Pepper blackberry is the best.
It's Dr. Pepper and cream soda.
I reckon it's Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream.
Find your flavor.
Kubota Orange Days is here, where you can turn dream projects into reality. Now through June 30th, get select compact tractors with 0% financing available or save up to $5,500. Sale ends soon. Find your nearest dealer at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Orla exhaust is a pipeline between driver and machine. That stadium concert sound absorbs into your chest, your shift hand, your soul. You are in the zone, fully connected with a rolling jet that breathes fire.
It's Saturday, and you're giving it up like a sacrificed butt. Because tonight, the meat of the order is up.
So, for I think the 4th position, you got Tanner Gray trying to get, and
In prime time.
the car can't recognize, trying to get around Ren Enfinger. Oh, it's Lane Riggs.
Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox. Check local listings.
You want fearless? Take a truck, sprint down the track, and get ready for a fight.
They're both in the wall.
What a battle for 4th. Grant Enfinger trying with all his might to hold off Tanner Gray and Lane Riggs. So far right now he does, but you didn't miss it at home as we were side by side. Grant, though, doing a great job on those 2 tires.
Remember, we talked at the top of the show how far behind he is right now. He's like 16th, 17th spot in points. His average finish way down from last year. He needs these points And if he can hold off these guys and get a fourth-place finish, what a great job they will have done by going with those 2 tires.
And it looked like Tanner Gray was going to be able to make that move to the outside, much like his teammates have been doing a little further up front there. And when he went into turn 1, I jumped out of my seat for a moment because I thought that truck was going to go around completely on him, but a nice save and getting brought back into a battle there because of it, as we see Stuart Friesen right now in 7th position, doing a really nice job so far. A tough race at Rockingham last year for Stuart, but things have gone much smoother today so far.
Same situation, 2 tires for Stuart Friesen as well. That track position has worked well. Clean air. These guys always look for clean air, and that's what Stuart has, a little bit of that clean air compared to being back in the mid-teens among a bunch of trucks.
Friesen started the race 19th up to 7th right now. He's been running top 10 most of this race. And remember, we award points to the top 10. So back to your point, Phil, it's all about finishing this stage in the top 10 and maximize those points, especially if you're a guy like Grant Enfinger.
Exactly. Daniel Hemrick having a nice run. You see he started back in the 15th spot. 16th in stage 1. Now has made his way up into the top 10 and 8th.
Been really impressed with Cole Butcher. Up there battling up front early on, and he's hung on to that top 10, that ThorSport machine.
Yeah, he restarted outside the top 10, so he's made some passes to make his way up into the top 10.
Back to this battle for 4th, and Grant Enfinger continues to hold on for dear life right now. And you know, both these guys, Tanner Gray as well as Lane Riggs right behind him, they want this spot. The problem is they keep getting to each other battle, and instead of being able to move forward and progress, and Lane's going to try the outside right here, and this time it looks like he's going to be able to complete this pass.
2 laps to go in stage number 2.
Grant's up there saying, stay side by side, guys, just for 2 more laps.
And he gets it. Lane Riggs picks up 1 more spot, moves around Grant Enfinger.
2 to go on the stage.
And Tanner Gray, you see him move back a spot to 6th. Final lap of stage number 2. There's your leader, Corey Heim.
Corey Heim unchallenged all stage going down the backstretch.
He's had to work his way through since midway through stage 1. See, Andres Perez had a fast truck, qualified in the top 10 and in the wall hard at the drop of the green flag.
Here he comes. Corey Heim wins.
Heim picks up
stage 2.
the second
Time
stage
second.
win
Caden
of
Honeycutt
the
third.
race. Time
Grant
Majeski,
Enfinger
Caden
fourth.
Honeycutt,
Lane Riggs
Grant
fifth. Tanner Gray. No, Lane Riggs fourth. Grant Enfinger fifth. Tanner Gray sixth. Stuart Friesen seventh.
Another spot.
Daniel
And he
Hemrick
gets
eighth.
around
Cole Butcher
Enfinger
ninth.
for
Dawson
fourth.
Sutton running out the top 10.
Moves back to 5th at the end of that stage. 13th time that Corey Heim has swept the stages in a race.
And then when we get back, it'll be the second half of the race.
55?
I don't.
Jamie, do you?
Did it have to do with the Parsons?
No, was not. Curtis Turner.
Curtis Turner, first win
Your
here.
first winner, yes.
And a Wood Brothers
5, the American 500.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
That was the next question, Phil.
Well, Poet Fuel Strategy, sponsored by Zero Carbon Bioethanol, sets up our next round of pit stops. How you looking at this?
Yeah, and you see right there, 80 to 85 laps, the fuel window. Probably a little bit closer to 80 right now, but this final stage, 110 laps, Jamie, that means they're going to have to pit. And I know Phil touched on it at the top of the show, but when do you make that stop? We saw Tyler Ankrum find a way to stretch it last year when he made that stop. Does somebody try that depending on when these cautions falls? This is going to mix some strategies in here on this last stage.
Yeah, I think that means around lap 110, if we get another caution flag, then I think these crew chiefs have to make a decision. Do we want to stop now and try to stretch it, have our drivers save us some fuel?
So pit road will be open now. Corey Heim will lead them down pit road. They'll be filling it up with Sunoco race fuel with Zero Carbon Bioethanol. They're coming your way, Amanda.
Yeah, and Grant Enfinger was super happy with that two-tire strategy. He told his crew chief, great job on being gutsy there, and they said great job on hanging on. Grant said surprisingly that truck had a lot of balance in it just with 2 tires. As you can see, it will be 4 tires for Grant, but also asked for water with some ice. Josh, the guy is thirsty.
Well, for Corey Heim, swept the stages, felt like that adjustment at the end of stage 1 made that truck even better, so he wants no adjustments this time around, just 4 tires and fuel. For Ty Majeski, he's tight landing in 3 and 4. They made a track bar adjustment last time. They made a small one again this time to help him out, guys.
So tight on the exit of pit road. You see Chandler Smith right there in the mix this time. Corey Heim, there was a little discussion on the radio, do we take 2 or 4? And he said, we got to take 4. This truck is just too good, control our own race. You saw another little strategy there, some 2
Chandler
tires.
Smith, yes.
We will wrap it all up after this.
When choosing the right gear to cut, trim, or mow your yard, Ace has all the power you need to get the job done right. Because gas or battery, your local Ace is the destination with the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Ego, Milwaukee, Craftsman, and Toro. And with free assembly and delivery, or ready for pickup in just 15 minutes, conquering your outdoor projects has never been easier. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Turn back time on your engine with Valvoline Restore and Protect Motor Oil. Right now, enter for your chance to win a trip to the FIFA World Cup 26 final with your next Valvoline oil change. Enter today at ValvolineWorldCup.com.
Swiffer Mop Deluxe is made for small spaces. The upgraded strip has 75% more scrubbing power. And now with the locking head, getting into tight spaces is simple.
Can I borrow it?
Swiffer Mop Deluxe, the mother of all cleans.
Tomorrow, it's the Crown semifinals on Fox. Baylor takes on Oklahoma. Then it's Creighton versus West Virginia. The college basketball crown tomorrow on Fox.
Fox Sunday, the biblical 3-week event continues.
You've broken my heart.
With the final powerful story.
God has a destiny for us all.
The epic finale of The Faithful, this Sunday on Fox.
It's Baseball Night in America, Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox.
Stars, speed, and no margin for error. The road to Indy continues in Long Beach, Sunday, April 19th on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on earth.
BCA and the Cubs versus the Guardians, or Braves, Diamondbacks. Baseball Night in America, Saturday on Fox. BCA and the Cubs. Jose Ramirez and the Guardians, or Braves, Diamondbacks. It's Baseball Night in America, Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox.
The stars of the IndyCar Series descend upon Long Beach, where every driver is chasing their own Hollywood ending. The road to Indy continues, Sunday, April 19th on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on earth.
So there's been some famous rocks throughout history. About Plymouth Rock.
That was fairly famous.
That's a good one. Rock and Gibraltar. Remember learning about that in high school. Alcatraz.
Regan's been there.
Been there. Not actually in
okay,
Alcatraz,
good.
but been there.
Little Rock, you've been there,
Been
Phil.
to Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh, one of my favorite Rocks, WWE wrestler, The
I
Rock.
interviewed The Rock. He was a
Yeah.
race fan. He is a race fan. And then NASCAR's favorite, Rockingham.
Yeah, my favorite rock.
So glad to
Rockingham.
be here.
Absolutely.
Love this place. So glad that NASCAR came back. Craftsman Truck Series, the O'Reilly race will be tomorrow. We'll take Sunday off for Easter. And we are choosing it up.
Corey's going to take the inside again. It worked well for him last time.
Yeah, I think that he learned after that first one. And on the inside behind him is going to be Ty Majeski. So you know you got a good pusher back there to get you a good start.
I think it's just a shorter way around, Regan, on the inside, because they're going to run wide open through 1 and 2 as they're getting up to speed.
Yep.
So Corey Heim has maximized points in the stages today, winning both stages. He gets 20 points. You see how they stack up throughout the rest of the top 10. How about Parker Eatman, guys? I know we've mentioned him a little bit, making his Truck Series debut. He's been in the top 10, picked up 3 points today. Good for him.
Absolutely.
Done a nice job all day long. And interested on this restart here. You got Gio Ruggiero, who's going to start to the outside of Corey Heim, of course, his teammate. But it wasn't that long ago at the end of stage number 1. He was getting a speeding penalty, so a 2-tire stop for him. They saw Grant Enfinger do it earlier, decided to try that, and I think a great move.
Chandler Smith also with 2 tires, as well as Tyler Ankrum. All 3 of those teams now in the top 10, and they were outside the top 15 at the end of the stage.
So Corey Heim has won both stages. We saw Lane Riggs do it last year, but Lane did not find victory lane because it came down to a little fuel strategy. See if Corey Heim can get it done today. 102 laps to go at the line.
There we go.
Teammates
Green, once
side.
more.
Corey Heim, Gio Ruggiero into turn 1.
Gio has a teammate behind him, Caden Honeycutt.
Ty Majeski, guys, a great restart for him once again. Trying to pick up that second spot.
This is where it gets difficult for Ty on the inside. Gio holds him down just a little bit. That makes that 88 truck really loose getting into 3. And he had to concede that spot just a little bit. He couldn't go side by side through there.
And I think he recognized the fact that if he drove it in there, he was going to get a little bit too loose.
Guys, Chandler Smith, a heck of a battle right now with Tanner Gray, trying to pick up that spot. For now, he does in 5th. He took those 2 tires you mentioned, Phil. And they switch again. He loses the spot again. Great battle right here.
Yeah, we've heard that he has not been happy this entire race with his truck. But it doesn't mean he's not going to battle back on the inside.
And keep in mind, had that broken shock in qualifying. We saw it when it happened going into turn 1, and you could actually hear it when it happened. And just been fighting all day ever since then.
See right behind them that orange and blue Chevrolet for Tyler Ankrum, our winner here last year.
Been kind of a quiet day for Tyler Ankrum.
It was a quiet day last year for him towards the end until the end of the race.
Then he was a master at fuel saving, went 88 laps, picked up the victory. It had been 130 races since he had gone to victory lane, so it was a special day for him. As we look at Grant Enfinger digging, looking to pick up that spot over Tyler Ankrum. That's a battle for 7th.
Stuart Friesen right behind them. Remember, both those drivers parlayed 2 tires into a top 10 finish in that second stage, and has them both now with track position and 4 tires.
26 at Dawson Sutton's going to round out the top 10 right now, and Dawson Sutton's been doing a really nice job this entire race. Started 18th and has just slowly worked his way forward as we've been running, and definitely, you know, got to be liking what they're seeing out of that 26.
There's Lane Riggs, the 34 truck. Lane had run in the top 5 much of the race. Right now back outside the top 10.
Had a little bit of trouble on that first pit stop. We noticed him stalling it, leaving pit road. Lost a couple spots there. Lost a couple spots to the guys with 2 tires, and just continuing to fight. Had that good finish to stage 2, and clearly lost a couple more spots on pit road again on this most recent stage 2 yellow.
We saw Dawson in that 26 truck make his way by Stuart Friesen to grab a spot. Moved Dawson up to the 9th spot.
See the 19 just behind Lane Riggs. Daniel Hemrick. Come to expect those McAnally Hilgeman Racing trucks to be good at this style of racetrack here, and of course on the short tracks as well. They're the team that got the win last year with Tyler Ankrum. Jake Garcia, our pole sitter, set a blistering pace. Couldn't believe what we saw. He broke a track record, but right at the start of the green flag, he fell back, and we haven't talked a whole lot about him today. 13. You see it there.
Yeah, they went into turn one at the green flag and just, you know, ended up getting washed up the racetrack just a little bit. And once he got up to that high line, lost a few spots, and seems like it's been a steady battle, you know, to try and gain positions for him all day long. I can't be overly thrilled with it. And Christian Eckes, as good as he was at Darlington, definitely expected him to be up a little further close to the front right now, and has just been kind of stuck right there from that 10th to 15th range for the majority of the race.
Yeah, 12th was the best that Christian has been this entire race, and that was at the end of the second stage.
Let's get an update on Jake Garcia, Amanda. Sorry, Cole Butcher in the 13.
What a great day for Cole Butcher. I talked to him after qualifying, where he qualified 4th here, and he was just smiling about hard work paying off. He told me that it's just been hours after hours and getting ready for this place and trying to be part of the ThorSport way. He said it's such a community over there, and he just wants to fit in and feels like things have really turned here this week. He said that the word for him this week was learning, and that's exactly what he's been doing here today. I've been listening to his radio, and the chatter between him and his spotter is all about here at Rockingham and how to use the different crews here, as well as prepare yourself for lap traffic. So a good weekend for Cole Butcher, currently running in the top 15, and just happy to be part of the community with ThorSport.
Thanks, Amanda. The 29-year-old from Canada moved to Charlotte 3 years ago to pursue his dream of racing here in NASCAR, and he's doing an incredible job here today. First time being at Rockingham.
He really has, and he's had a couple top 15 finishes this year, so look for good things out of him as the year progresses.
So right here, a couple of teammates, they like they were battling down there in turns 1 and 2. Caden Honeycutt, though, up into the 3rd position right now, and trying to figure out what he needs to catch his teammate Corey Heim.
Just moments ago, between the teammates,
Honeycutt and Ruggiero.
A little close.
We've seen that Corey Heim make that move a number of times. Go to the
that
was even closer as I got down at turn number 1.
And that's what I caught out of the corner of my eye. I didn't know how we got to that point, but I definitely knew something had happened right there. And yeah, you don't want to cut it quite that close if you don't have to.
Gio Ruggiero has lost 2 spots since the restart. Remember, he's on 2 tires.
But again, much like Grant Enfinger as well as Stuart Friesen earlier, this is a net gain right now. We know that you've got to pit once more at some point during the course of this final stage. We don't believe anybody will try to make it or do anything crazy like that. So if you could just hold this position in your Gio right now, that's been a great run.
I think we're in our window now with 87 laps to go, that if the caution were to come out, it would take a couple laps to collect the field, so we would be inside 85 to go. I think everyone comes to pit road and tries to stretch it to the end. But again, there's, we haven't had a whole bunch of caution flags in this race, so we may not see one.
It's a sophomore season for Gio Ruggiero. Certainly a standout last year in his rookie campaign. Talked to Trevor Bain, one of the driver coaches for Tricon, and he said this guy's hard on himself. Finished in the top 10 in Darlington 2 weeks ago, and he just was not happy with that effort. They expected more, went to work this week, just focused on Rockingham, doing a great job, running top 5 once again.
Sammy Smith currently 23rd.
Sammy Smith, haven't talked about him much today. He's been running mid-pack. Let's listen what's going on with the 7.
Got a problem or something, dude. This thing is undrivable. I'm about to wreck every corner. Copy. What's this? We got the back.
Well, I think we probably understand why we haven't said a lot about him today based on that comment right there. Undrivable in driver's terms, and Sammy's somebody with a lot of experience.
And his teammate, the 77 Carson Hosebar, on pit road as well. You talked about the teams and their setups and similarities. These two certainly both had their hands full, saying trucks are undrivable. Those Spire trucks, not what they expected when they unloaded here. Meanwhile, not a lot that Corey Heim has not done, leading this field right now. 82 laps to go. Look at that. He wants to join those names, legendary names on the rock. Can he do it? We'll find
What
out.
the fuck do you think? Of course he's going to do it.
On FS1, if he can win that, guys, it'll be the first time we've ever seen the Triple Truck Challenge won by the same driver, and he will take home $500,000 total. It's a lot of money for a driver in the Truck Series.
That's a little motivation for him, right? Not that he needs any more. Corey Heim just wants to win everything, but that adds incentive.
And we're not sure, obviously, running a limited schedule. We're really not sure how many races that Corey had planned, but once he won that race at Darlington, I think that accelerated his plans on being here and at Bristol in next week.
Yeah, and just what he's able to do running in the one truck now. He won with the 5 team 2 weeks ago. Of course, they're all Tricon Garage, but it's a different team. It's a different crew chief. It's a different mentality and communication that he doesn't have like he had with Scott Zipadelli, yet he's still finding a way.
And I think he'll make both those teams better, too. Obviously, him and Scott Zipadelli had such a great run, but he'll make that 5 team and that 1 team better with all his feedback.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mentioned the 77 and the problems he's been having. Josh?
Yeah, it's a day the 77 and Carson Hocevar would like to forget. It started in practice. They were just way off, didn't have the truck the way they wanted it.
Going to the
race,
garage.
it got worse. They made several adjustments. None of them really helped out. In just a few minutes over the radio, he came over and said something broke. As you see that truck now in the garage. Carson Hocevar, I see him walking. He's already changed out of his suit and walking back towards his car. So a rough day for the 77.
Frustrating, no doubt.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you're gonna have days like that occasionally, and you know, I think the best thing for them is going to be able to go back. The truck's in one piece. You can go back and look at it, figure out what went wrong. I know we had the engine issues as well, and try to dissect it so it doesn't happen again.
Guys, Tyler Ankrum is going in the right direction, moving up. Just got around Lane Riggs, moved into 7th.
And this is about the time of the race last year that we started talking about Tyler Ankrum just a little bit. So, you know, he talked to us before the start of the race and had a lot of confidence and has been progressing his way forward as it's gone on.
Remember, only 2 tires on that last pit stop.
So we talked about how short the first two stages were, 45 laps each. This one, 110 laps. We've had 3 cautions today for 22 laps. 2 of those, of course, the stage breaks. And we've had 3 different lap leaders. Corey Heim continues to lead now. He's led 110 laps. Tanner Gray led the first 17. And Grant Enfinger credited with 4 laps led. 68 laps to go here from the Rock. Corey Heim continues to lead over Ty Majeski. We're going to step aside, but you won't miss a thing as we go Fox side by side.
They'll tell you who you are.
What you can't do.
8 to go.
On the bottom to try and make this next move, but I love how he's been able to work
59
around the
to
track
go.
and start to push that
Riggs
lane
lapping
just up a little bit further.
You can see how wide the rubber is now up there where Butterbean, that 12 truck, is running. It was a lot narrower when we first started this race.
Josh, let's get an update on the 19, Daniel Hemrick.
Well, yeah, Daniel Hemrick was running just outside the top 10, but came over the radio complaining about a vibration, talking about the left front being loose. So they talked about coming into pit to get left sides only if that problem continues to go on for them.
Oh, Hemrick.
And it looks like he's coming down now, Josh. Thanks for the update.
And this won't hurt him as long as we stay green the rest of the race, because as Regan talked about, everyone will have to make another pit stop, and this will not hurt him. As a matter of fact, he's going to basically split this final stage pretty much, so it could be an advantage.
Yeah, and I feel like we've seen just a little bit more fall off on most of the trucks than maybe what we even anticipated, so could actually benefit him if he doesn't get that yellow.
Daniel Hemrick's second stop under green. He thought he had that issue.
Yeah, that is
Split
not
in the
going to
middle
benefit
between
him at all.
Clayton
right
Green and Mini
sides here.
Tyrell.
Yeah, he's being shown 3 laps down now, so.
Meanwhile, Corey Heim continues to lead up front. Just lapped Mini Tyrell again, who's back in 25th. 5-second lead over the 88 of Ty Majeski. How does he do these things?
Regan and I were talking about it. You know, it seems like just the first few laps after a restart, he's most vulnerable, and then he just never slows down. Everybody else slows down as the race pace falters a little bit, and he just keeps on going.
See a good battle for 6th right now here. Tanner Gray, who's had a good day all day and needed a good day. A team that had maybe struggled just a little bit early on as they're catching up as well to 5th place there. Gio Ruggiero and Grant Enfinger, after that two-tire call early on, making the most of that, and he's going to get the run to the inside here and hopefully he can complete this pass.
These two have battled a lot today. Grant Enfinger picks up that spot.
Chandler Smith right behind Tanner Gray as well in the 38 truck.
Remember, Chandler Smith started in the back of the field, broken shock in qualifying, up to 8th. A little bit of strategy, took right sides only. There he is riding on board. We will have another round of pit stops, and before we get to that point,
5.7 second lead for Corey Heim. My God.
Side-by-side box. You won't miss a thing. Corey Heim continues to lead at the rock.
The yard looks incredible. Thanks. All it took was... Nope.
Really?
Super easy.
Craftsman. What you build, builds you.
Put the work in.
You've fought against the odds in every inch of every race with endless determination and grit. All of your hard work and dedication have brought you to where you are today. Keep moving forward. Talk to your doctor about Breztri, 3 medicines in 1 inhaler. Learn more at Breztri.com.
Runners will do anything to cut through the wind.
Pit Road.
Why? When you can go fast the easy way in Skechers Aeroburst. High-performance running shoes designed to cut through the wind with unbelievable speed. Plus, they're ultra-lightweight and feature Goodyear rubber. Go fast in Skechers Aeroburst.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. If red touches yellow, it'll kill a fellow. But if blue touches white, it's
Bush. Light.
Light. Head for the mountains.
Bush. Come back later.
How fast could a stock car go?
Born from bootleggers, built by rule breakers. We don't ask permission. We don't seek approval. We just are. The most relentless, unpretentious athletes on the planet. Chasing glory at 200 miles per hour. Defiantly unapologetic. Authentically NASCAR.
BCA and the Cubs.
Are you kidding me?
Jose Ramirez and the Guardians. Or Braves, Diamondbacks. It's Baseball Night in America, Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox.
Fox UFL Friday. The reigning champion DC Defenders face the newcomer Columbus Aviators. With new teams and new rules, this is football reimagined. Tonight at 8 Eastern on Fox.
A community that lives loud, loves hard, and celebrates every damn second.
Welcome back to Rockingham Speedway. Well, you saw it in side-by-side. Tanner Gray, the first of the front runners to come down pit road, and what will be, we expect to be the final pit stop of the night.
And And a little bit of troubles as he was trying to get on pit road. You'll see
close call right here.
Friesen, and it was very hairy for a moment. Of course, Stuart Friesen wrecked off at turn 4 last year, probably having a little bit of a flashback right there, able to avoid him and do a nice job. And now this brings into the next strategy play, right? If you stop a little bit early like Tanner Gray did, and we started to talk about this with Daniel Hemrick, didn't work out with him, but stopping early, you can utilize those tires, utilize going out there and trying to make up some of that time to see if you can gain a couple positions on track.
Regan, that last lap was a half a second faster than our leader, Corey Heim.
And if you can do that for the next 40 laps or until everybody else pits, then you got to wonder if maybe that might not win you the race, but it might get you 3 or 4 spots.
And it's a gamble. Obviously, if the caution comes out now, none of the rest of these trucks have come down pit road, so he will find himself 2 laps down if the caution comes out. He would stay out and take the wave and get one of them back, but he would still be 1 lap down. So it's definitely a gamble.
Nice back and forth for 9th here. Dawson Sutton, Stuart Friesen in the 52. And Regan, during break, you and I were talking about green flag pit stops, and these guys had a shortened practice today. They didn't necessarily get an opportunity to practice getting onto pit road.
Yeah, just didn't see a lot of guys as you see there on the left side of the screen. Gio Ruggiero hitting pit road as well, so another one of our leaders right there. Didn't see a lot of guys that we felt like were doing a fast pit road entrance. Amanda?
Taking a look at the 17 of Gio Ruggiero. He's been really quiet on that radio. You see those right set tires going on. They're going to go around the truck and go ahead and take those other 2 tires and get Gio back out for this race.
Gio Ruggiero pits from 6th. So since the last pit stop, you see for Corey Heim, the leader, 66 laps ago. Ty Majeski, same strategy. We're hearing Ty Majeski another 4 laps before he pits.
And how often do we see this, Phil? Once a couple guys do it, everybody else still starts to get a little bit more bold, a little bit more brave, and that's when the rest of the field's going to really have to be on top of their game and paying attention to make sure, you know, we saw a near miss there with Stuart Friesen and Tanner Gray, so you definitely are going to have to be aware of that. The spotters are going to have to be aware of that. A couple spotters up there on the roof today that are new, that haven't done it in a while.
Yeah, we're hearing that about 10 more laps before our leader, Corey Heim, comes to pit road.
Ty Majeski's done a nice job tonight. He's been there top 3 pretty much all race long. Just Corey Heim has been that much better and that much faster.
There's Corey LaJoie now. He's battling to try to stay on the lead lap in that Ram.
Corey LaJoie in 11th right now.
And that's a good day right now for Corey LaJoie, hopping in that truck for the first time, running the laps, doing what he's got to do, getting that notebook, helping to gain on that notebook, and if you can get a couple spots at the end, perfect.
Dawson Sutton and Christian Eckes both on pit road right now.
So Corey Heim gets around Corey LaJoie, puts him a lap down. We hear the 88 of Ty Majeski is on his way to pit road for his final adjustments. They've been working on that truck each stop, and there he is.
Well, here's where I really like the experience on getting to pit road, Regan. Josh.
Over this 88 truck, they made those track bar adjustments at the end of stage 1 and stage 2 that really helped Ty out in this race. He's been running second behind Heim for most of this race. It's going to be 4 tires and fuel here for the 88.
Hearing Caden Honeycutt, you saw another adjustment there that Josh talked about. 2 tires for the 88. Oh,
ooh,
62
Mike Christopher Jr.
Caution is out for Michael Christopher Jr.
And that's the gamble we were talking about. Corey Heim yet to come to pit road.
Benefit.
So now Tanner Gray and Dawson Sutton and Christian Eckes, Gio Ruggiero, all 2 laps down.
Yeah, and this will be a problem for all those guys. You mentioned they'll have to take the wave around here, Phil, and that's just going to put them 1 lap down. So for the trucks that stayed out, it played out perfectly as we see what happened here off of turn 2, and
Does
that really need to be a caution?
Maybe Daniel Hemrick right behind Michael Christopher.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if there was anything there that facilitated that. But
did not see the contact. Could have been contact, but did not see any.
Here's another look at it.
Just the slightest of nudges, wasn't it?
Michael Christopher up off the bottom just a little bit. Daniel Hemrick going for that position and going for that move. And
Michael did a tremendous job avoiding that inside wall.
Michael Christopher was running 24th at the time of this incident. So we're under caution for the 4th time today.
I think we're showing right now only 7 trucks on the lead lap.
Corey Heim, Honeycutt, Riggs, Enfinger, Chandler Smith, Tyler Ankrum, Stuart Friesen.
And with the 7 trucks on the lead lap and all the way back to 14th, 1 lap down. But other than Ty Majeski, I don't think those guys will be able to wave around.
Damn.
That's bad for us, right? I'm take away. Unbelievable. All right, deep breath. Everything else behind us is 2 laps down.
Yeah.
Talked about taking the wave around there.
Yeah, without
just their luck, right?
And Regan's exactly right. He's the only guy that can really take advantage. Some of the other trucks may take it, but they haven't pitted yet. So he's the only guy that's been to pit road that is only 1 lap down. He'll lose track position because taking the free pass, he'll have to start from the back of the field, but he will be back on the lead lap.
And so will Corey LaJoy, who gets the free pass there. So he'll go, he's in 8th. As everyone that has not pitted comes down pit road your way. Amanda.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at this lane grid pit stop. The pit crew was still motioning 4 tires or 2 tires to the crew chief before they went all the road. They're going to take those right side tires for now. I did see them communicate to the fuel can and say just half of the fuel can for there. They are going to take those left side tires as well. So 4 tires for Lane Riggs.
Well, for the 11 of Corey Heim, he said he fires up just a little bit free. He used to be snugged up, just 4 tires for Heim. And for the 11, same deal. He said he could use to be snugged up as well, 4 tires and fuel for the 11.
Yeah, with only 7 trucks on the lead lap, it makes no sense to put 2 tires on right now. If you still have 27 trucks on the lead lap, that's different.
Yeah, 4 tires is the only option. And Corey Heim, with the field was stretched out when they hit pit road. So even if you do 2 tires, you're probably not going to be able to leapfrog anybody. So get yourself set up for the end of the race and this final 25 to 30 lap run we'll have.
A lot of trucks. A lap down or 2 laps down.
They'll all be hitting pit road now. Against the trucks that have already pitted that are 2 laps down, like Tanner Gray, they should wave.
Right.
They'll only be 1 lap down, but if they come to pit road now, then they're ineligible for the wave, and they would remain 2 laps down.
So 2 laps to go here as we see the trucks that were a lap down getting their service now. There's Jake Garcia, who started on the pole.
We saw Jake finished in the top 10 in the first stage, but it looked like his truck kind of went away from him at the first stage, after the first stage.
Yeah, and they've continued to have a struggle to get it back to where he needs right now. So, and a number of these trucks right here that are on pit road, you see Ben Rhodes, we've documented what's been going on with him, the struggles today, and really since the start of practice, the struggles, very limited time. Corey LaJoy, on the other hand, doing what he needs to do today. I know he was a lap down, but he's running the laps. They're getting that notebook. They're building that notebook, and certainly looking decent right now. Josh?
Well, during that pit cycle under green before this last stop, remember we talked about Ty Majeski came to pit road. Originally, they were going to do 4 tires. Elected to just go with the right side, so they went 2 tires instead of 4, guys.
And Josh, that actually matters right there, because everybody else that had pitted ended up 2 laps down. By taking those 2 tires and making that call, that actually is what allowed him to be 1 lap down. So I know it's not going to look good track position wise where he's going to have to restart, but a quick yellow, then you get to restart back up front with the guys that you want to be around with that top 8. And as good as he's been, was running second before he pitted, you have to think he can make up some moves.
And you may elect to come in and put those left sides on that you didn't put on that green flag pit stop.
Well, we're having a lot of fun calling this action here at Rockingham, but in 1 week from now, it's a triple header at Bristol Motor Speedway, the last great Coliseum. Can Tyler Reddick continue his unprecedented start to a season? Can Joey Logano get it done? It's a short track. It's right in his wheelhouse. Bubba Wallace wants to get back on track. And Chase Elliott fans, they're happy. Their driver won at Martinsville. They get the weekend off. We'll see if he can do it again. That's next Sunday, April 12th on FS1.
Just absolutely love this short track swing that we're on right now with the Cup Series and Martinsville, Bristol, some fun racetracks.
Remember, Kevin Harvick asked Denny Hamlin, could Tyler Reddick win the championship? He said, if he can get the short tracks figured out, he can. He's got another opportunity next week.
He came oh so close to winning when there was a bunch of dirt on it. A heck of a battle.
We've seen all kinds of craziness at Bristol. We've seen dirt, tires falling off crazy, and all kinds of good stuff.
So Corey Heim doing the choosing, picking the bottom. His teammate, Caden Honeycutt, Grant Enfinger, Lane Riggs, Chandler Smith. Your top 5.
Yeah, and I think Corey Heim, you know, we talked about learning on that very first restart of the race when maybe gave up just a position, and really the only time he's been passed all day long. So it seems to be sticking with it. It's been working.
Look at this, won at 20 different tracks, tied for 3rd all time with Kyle Busch. Winless here. He's only had one other shot at it. He was pretty darn good last year.
Just no weaknesses. You know, it doesn't matter what type of track it is, and whether it's a short track, intermediate,
road courses,
a road course,
wherever.
A super speedway. Corey Heim he's got them all figured out, and at 23 years old to have that much figured out, be fun to watch him battle. And Caden Honeycutt's not going to give this to him on this restart. Let me promise you that. Caden's going to do everything he can to hang on that quarter panel and try to have a run down the backstretch here.
Well, I love the dynamic because, you know, Corey Heim, he wants nothing more than to beat that 11 starting to his outside. The 11 wants nothing more than to beat that man sitting in the 1 truck. We'll see how it all shakes out. 28
someone stop the
laps to
one.
go from Rockingham. Corey Heim, Caden Honeycutt on the front row.
Good push on the outside from Lane
One
Riggs.
Is going to get clear away and run off into the sunset.
Huge restart. Shot out of a cannon for that 1 truck. Nice battle side by side for 2nd. Grant Enfinger is right there trying to pick up that 2nd spot. Teammates behind them, Lane Riggs, Chandler Smith side by side.
Remember, all 4 new tires on all these trucks up front here.
See a nice move by Lane Riggs off of turn 4, was able to use that momentum to gain that position on Grant Enfinger. His teammate behind him, Chandler Smith, going to try to do the same down the backstretch.
Talk about making your truck better. How about Chandler Smith and his bunch?
Has not been happy with that truck all night long, but they have not given up. They have worked.
Wow,
they had a little
loose.
strategy, and here he is battling up front for a top 5.
I thought Grant Enfinger was in the process of spinning out here, and he never even lost a spot.
Stuart Friesen going in the right direction here in the closing laps.
And how about that for Stuart, getting himself up into the top 5 and really had a complete race so far. Done everything right, made the right pit strategy calls to get the track position, but he's done a nice job on track to maintain that track position, make the moves when he can, get the passes when he can.
Remember a year ago, he had a huge hit here, Stuart Friesen. Amanda interviewed him, and he was just beside himself,
distraught.
Yes, questioning his desire to keep racing and why he's doing it. And of course, we know a couple months later, had a severe injury to his back and leg. He fights back, and now he's in the hunt here, battling for a top 5 at Rockingham. Here it is. We just talked about it.
This in qualifying right here, they had to work on that truck right up until the race started. Barely got it out in time to the grid, and there you see just Raja Karuth gets a little bit loose in front of him, and
just destroyed.
Carnage was on after that.
Amanda.
I went and talked to Stuart after that race. You guys, in the interview, it was pretty tough to listen to. We actually exchanged messages afterwards of just keeping his head in the game and in the race. And I went over to talk to him today about if he looked at this weekend as almost like redemption. And he said that's a good word for it. And he said, you know, my body still hurts week in, week out, but going back to last year and then going on and getting the win in Michigan, that was really a turning point for my season to continue on as a race car driver.
Yeah, I love to see that. Just head up, just keep digging. He's had just 1 top 10 this season, kicked it off at Daytona, but certainly incredible run here for Stuart Friesen, especially after what happened last year.
Yeah, we could have added him to that list of the guys that really needed to make something good happen here.
Don't look now, but Caden Honeycutt has been able to hang on just a little bit better this run. I know we're only about 11 laps into this run, but definitely making progress with that 11.
As the leader crosses the line here, we've reached our Craftsman. 20 laps to go.
And I think this is going to be the point right here. This is where we've seen Corey Heim be able to start stretching it out all day long. But can Caden Honeycutt stay close enough to him as they get closer to the back of the field? That's going to be the opportunity for Caden Honeycutt. They should, if we stay green, get into some more lap traffic here. And we've seen lap traffic be difficult for everybody all day long, making the right moves, making the right decisions. I know Corey's done a wonderful job of that to this point, but that'll be the opportunity that Caden can maybe close back up right on him.
Yeah, so far these trucks are pretty evenly matched. They're flip-flopping who has the fastest lap. That last lap Honeycutt did, the lap before that Corey Heim did.
The top three are on the gas. Their fastest laps of the race just turned last lap ago. We look at 18 laps to go here from the Rock. Still battling for that fourth position. Grant Enfinger, Chandler Smith.
And you know that Caden Honeycutt right now is just, he's pushing that gas pedal so hard that it's going through the firewall. And this battle here has continued on for quite some time now. Grant Enfinger and Chandler Smith for fourth place. And, you know, Chandler, I know he's not going to be thrilled with fifth necessarily, but based on how the day started and how things were going, this is looking to be a good result for him right now.
Yeah, he's got fourth in his mind right now.
He certainly does, but he's also looking to next Friday night. We know how good those trucks are. Chandler Smith picked up a win at Bristol last year. Of course, his teammate Lane Riggs, and side by side they go, leaning on each other, just a couple of feet apart.
And you just saw the 9 truck we were looking at.
Friesen right behind him, going right
the
over
Chandler
fifth.
Smith truck and just fighting it all the way through turns 3 and 4. That gave Chandler the run down the front stretch.
Regan, I wish we had a camera on you right now. Your body language leaning over like you are driving that truck.
It started about a half a lap ago, and I was nervous when I saw it. And Grant's done a good job today, and he looks like he's really holding on to that 9 truck at certain times.
He's driving the heck out of that truck. That truck is not the best handling truck out there, but he is doing a whale of a job holding on to it.
Still working around some lap trucks, but meanwhile up front, Corey Heim continues his parade forward. He has just been incredible. Led 165 laps today. There is the gap from first to second. You see the 11 truck there, just under a second behind the leader. This is the most laps Heim has ever led in a race.
That's hard to believe. As many races as he's won, 24 times he's gone to victory lane.
Gonna be 25. My God, untie himself.
Right,
I think with.
And he made it through that first batch of traffic that we were talking about when he got to them. Made it through and was actually able to extend the lead just a little bit. So that's job well done by Corey Heim. Doing everything that he needs to do, as we see Grant Enfinger continuing to hold on here, battling for fifth right now with Stuart Friesen, and Stuart doing everything he can. He sees right now that Grant's struggling. He's trying to put that pressure on him so he can get that extra spot.
Grant Enfinger must have heard you, Phil, at the top of the show talking about those points. He needs to maximize. Grant Enfinger with a slow start to the season. Had a good run last race at Darlington, but he needs every single point, trying to hold on Stuart Friesen.
Yeah, crew chief Derek Smith went with that 2-tire call, and that got him 6 points in the stage and kept him up front, up here in the top 10 the rest of the race.
Stuart trying to work that high line, and you saw Grant move up just a little bit, just trying to take a little bit of that air off of the nose, and does it again down here in 3 and 4, and it's just keeping Stuart from able to get that big run off the corner that he needs to at least try to get to the quarter panel, which slows the other truck down.
Yeah, Regan, you're exactly right. He's trying to steal the air from Stuart Friesen, trying to take his air.
As he should be.
As he should be. I think down 3 and 4 is where he really struggles. That was a pretty good corner there for Grant. We've seen him sideways 2 or 3 times down there in turn 4.
Just 9 laps to go here at the Rock. 3 different leaders today. That man has hogged them all. Corey Heim, as you see, his crew chief, Jeremy Donnelly. Just one previous victory. I mean, the nerves. You talk to these crew chiefs
I have that
when they have somebody like Corey Heim come in. It adds pressure, but it's such an exciting time for him to get that opportunity to have Corey behind the wheel. Corey will be in this truck next week at Bristol as well.
And Caden Honeycutt has been able to cut back into that lead once they got clear.
Was that just when he won
it? Back down to about just under a half a second. And moments like that right there, when Corey Heim has to really go.
Jeremy Donnelly's last win
right there,
was last year when he was the crew chief for Jero, and of course he won at Talladega.
Caden Honeycutt now only about 0.4 of a second behind. More heavy traffic ahead.
He's going to have some more opportunities here. This thing is far from over with 6 to go, and Corey's going to have to keep making just the right decisions. And you know, Caden consistently clipping off just a little bit quicker laps right now. We haven't seen this all day.
We've talked about this being a triple truck challenge race. Corey Heim got the win at the first of 3, picked up that $50,000 bonus tonight. If he can hang on, he'll get an extra $100,000. And if he goes to Bristol and can win,
wait, hold on, how did it close up so fast?
$500,000 total for the triple truck challenge.
Caden Honeycutt is right here. Caden Honeycutt's able to roll the bottom in 1 and 2 especially. He's able to make up some really good time. And
we got lap traffic. Wait, we might not be done yet.
Challenge right now. He wants his first victory, and he is pushing hard right now.
I like what you're saying here.
4 to go. Please save us, Honeycutt. Save us.
Heavy traffic in front of these guys right here. Heavy traffic.
Holy, come on! Go, go, go!
Truck link. This is the closest that we've seen it, and this is where Caden's going to be able to put the pressure. If he can
get a little checkup from the
momentum.
11. Oh, it goes to the outside! Oh, we had to back out of it.
Battle for the lead, getting around lap trucks. Can Corey Heim?
Oh, it's your teammate.
Caden Honeycutt, who has not led a lap today, but he's been there.
Look at all that traffic.
No! Stop holding him up, you fucking asshole!
That move to the outside, and you know, I think that's not a teammate.
Oh, more lap traffic.
Has some kind of problem. You heard him cue his radio.
He's going to come up on side-by-side trucks racing for
position. Oh, it's another fucking
teammate. In front of him, Tanner Gray. Tries to move up and get out of the way.
Oh, what? Wait, the one's not really holding the corner well. Come on!
Dawson Sutton.
All right, to the outside. White flag. Last lap at Rockingham. We're on the outside.
Absolutely dominating.
Oh, there's a teammate in the way. Side by side. Oh!
First career race.
Honeycutt trying to whip Tanner Gray out of the way. God damn it!
Gets the advantage.
Heim got back around because of Tanner Gray. Here they come to the line. Heim wins by a car length.
Career win. He wins it.
God damn it.
Home that $100,000 bonus.
What a finish. And
fucking hell, man.
Caden Honeycutt's going to be frustrated after this one. Caden had the move, had the position on the outside there, and Tanner Gray to the outside doing what he had to do to try and finish his race off, and Caden couldn't get to the outside lane because of the truck in the way up there. And man, what a job by Corey Heim, though, to stay with it. Said he was having a problem and found a way to stay with it no matter what was going on. There's a lot to unpack in that final lap.
My heart's beating. I think my heart rate is up quite a bit. That was
imagine getting screwed over by your fucking teammates.
On the radio from Corey Heim right at the checkered flag.
For another teammate.
I don't know what happened, but I'm steering right down the straightaways all of a sudden. Got a right front going down or something. Oh my God.
Well, Heim wins his second straight triple truck challenge race. So now his prize bumps to 150.
No matter what's going on, find a way to get the job done. He did. He used his teammate as a pick up there on the outside line, and that's what allowed him to win that race when it was all said and done.
And I'm not sure how that truck stuck as hard as he had to drive it in turn 3 down there.
Exactly.
Corey Heim sent it, not knowing for sure if that tire was down or not. What an effort by Caden Honeycutt. What a show they just put on those last few laps. Crew chief Jeremy Donnelly, just talked about him, gets his second career win as a crew chief. He's the 4th different crew chief that Corey Heim has gone to
Marty
victory
Lindley,
with.
Greg Zipadelli, Seth Smith, Jerame Donnelly.
I think it might be Heim time.
There it is.
25th Truck Series
like
victory for Corey Heim.
Caden Honeycutt. What could have been, guys?
It's fucking
it
sucks,
he gave
man.
it his all.
And Caden's day it's coming very, very soon. Looked like it could have potentially been today as that race was playing out, and nothing to hang his head over. Just what a wow of a battle to get himself up there and put himself in position. And how about Corey Heim? I mean, this is getting absolutely incredible.
28th win for Tricon as a team.
His win percentage is Kyle Busch number.
Yeah, 25 to 30%. It's just incredible.
Corey picks the kid out of the crowd that he wants to give the checkered flag to. I guess when you get that many, you start giving them away.
Well, it won't be long till he'll have a whole bunch of Corey Heim T-shirts up in the crowd to pick from.
No doubt. Corey Heim, absolutely dominant today, led 178 laps. He gets the win, and Josh Sims is with him.
An absolute dominant performance from Corey Heim. 2 straight wins here in the Truck Series. He had to sweat this one out, though, at the end. Corey, what is going through your mind at the end of that race when you've got your former team and that 11 truck bearing down on you? You come over the radio and say, I got a problem. I got to hold him off to try and get this win.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't feel like I was pushing any harder than the previous run, so I didn't feel like I did any more damage to the right front, but all of a sudden, I think it was like 4 to go. My truck started just like, I had to turn more right down the straightaway to keep it straight. You know, my wheel was clocked like 20 degrees to the right, and then we started shouting really bad in the corners. I was like, oh boy, here we go. We're going to lose this one in the worst way possible, but hung in there and just had to use a couple of lap car picks there to fend them off. Respect to Caden for racing clean there. I had to do what I had to do there at the end, but first win for Robin Hood, first win in my J's, my race shoes here. Thank you to Toyota Tricon for having me back again. I really enjoyed doing this. Definitely a stressful ending there, but got it done. Go for 500K next week.
What's it like on days like this when you have the type of dominant performance, the truck you have, the team you have, to be able to come out here and put a butt whooping on the field?
It's fun, for sure. I mean, this group did an incredible job. I mean, I worked with
fun
them in
for
Atlanta,
us.
but Atlanta's such a hard track. You don't really get to understand your speed and kind of what the truck's capable of, but these guys, Jeremy, my crew chief, and this entire one crew, Nick Payne and the spotter stand, just proved that they're an elite team this weekend and can hang with the best.
21st different track
and
with a
second
victory.
leg of the
My
Triple Truck
fucking
Challenge. You get the win. Now
Hornaday might
150K
probably
in the
has
pocket
more.
for you and this team. What's that mean?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. I don't really think about it in the truck, you know, but it's cool to reflect on it. And I think I'd be the first person to sweep all 3 if I'm able to do it. So a lot of motivation for these guys in the one camp. And with Celsius as our primary next week, so I'm super excited about that. But glad we come here with Robin Hood today and get their first win.
Corey Heim makes it Heim time here at Rockingham.
All right, we're done with that. My God, I can't. This is super disappointing the way that ended. Anyway, tomorrow, Arca East and O'Reilly. Thanks for those who tuned in. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. BowserJrXD signing off. Have a good one.